for this, you can tell by the title, I will be doing a first apartment tips. I want to give a few tips since I've been in my apartment for almost about 7 months. I moved in on the day of October the 6th and I've been doing pretty good. I've been managing my bills. I've never went without paying my rent, and I've also learned how to budget. So I feel like I need to do a first apartment tip since I know a little bit on the rundown and maybe give y'all some pointers. So yeah, if you're new here, I'm Bougie Amaya. I've also been doing YouTube for about 2 years and I've been doing pretty good as well. I went from 0 to 2,799 subscribers and I hope to continue to build that. Into this video, I know you guys have been waiting as well. Also, I want to mention, if you see me keep looking down, because I have my notes in here, so that is why. Okay, so for tip number 1, I wanted to discuss saving your money. Saving your money is really important when you're about to get your first apartment, because if you do not know how to make expensive habits from needs, be screwed. Like, I feel like everyone should learn how to save their money. I feel like cutting out all the extra necessities like wigs, nails, lashes, shoes, anything that is extra. I feel like it is the perfect time when you're looking for an apartment to cut that all out. Cut out extra spending, stop going out as much as well. Just stay home and stack your money. Like, that is a good tip I would suggest as well for beginners. Okay, so tip number 2, know your environment. Know where you're going to stay. Like, don't get an apartment in the middle of nowhere. Like, if you don't know the background of the apartments, why are you moving out there? Like, let's say for example, you move out to the low income area where the crime rating is high, maintenance is never helping. Like, you always want to research your environment. Like, you never just want to go somewhere where you don't know. Also, you want to make sure the area is safe for your kids. You don't really want to move anywhere without knowing if anything's bad going to happen. Like, if you know the crime rating is not that bad, then you can move out there. But I would recommend, if you have a child or any kids, to always research your background of what apartment you're going to move to, because you feel me? Like, think about your kids. 3, know your budget. Know what you can spend and what you can't spend. Like, know what you're getting into. Like, if you know you don't make as much, then you need to learn how to budget and cut out things. Like, let's say for example, eating out, all that expensive foods and stuff. Learn how to cook more. Like, you don't have to keep eating out as well when you're in your apartment. You're gonna learn how to cook eventually, because eating out, that's gonna cost money. Because me, for example, when I moved up in here, I was not, I did not want to cook. I used to work and come home and go to sleep. Then when I was off, go straight to sleep. Then when I needed to eat, I would eat out because I was too lazy to cook. But now, since I've been here like almost 7 months, I've been doing more cooking and I've been doing less eating out as well. Like, I'll say I'll eat out probably 3 times a month, twice a month. I do more cooking now. I highly suggest live between your budget, okay? Like, you know you're not gonna be able to eat out when you first move in your apartment, or still currently in your apartment. You're gonna have to learn how to cook eventually. Tip number 4, and it might be controversial, but I wanted to say you need to learn how to live by yourself or live on your own for a while. Like, I really hate seeing girls move in with their boyfriend and then they break up and be done months later. Like, I feel like learn to live by yourself, because like anything can happen. Y'all can break up, problems with your roommates. Like, I feel like everyone should get a grasp of living by themselves. I think that is a good intake on life. Like, when you're getting an apartment for the first time, why not just live by yourself? I feel like it may be a little bit harder on some people because the bills are like yay high on one person, but I feel like if you can do it, live by yourself. Because for me, example, I live by myself and I love it. I don't have no roommates, I don't have no man, I don't have to deal with nobody in and out my crib. Only I know who's in my crib. So I feel like if I can do it, I feel like a lot of people should do it, because I love it. I love the peace. I love being by myself. So yeah, live by yourself. I feel like, or maybe at least, if you can't pay those bills by yourself, I feel like at least 3 months tops. Live by yourself. Get the grasp of living by yourself, because eventually one day you're gonna have to live by yourself. And tip number 5, this is a major tip, because a lot of people do not know how to clean by themselves. A lot of people are not very clean, not prone to clean up as well. But tip number 5 is clean apartment. Keep a clean apartment, especially if you come from like a big family, or if you have a lot of friends. they're gonna constantly keep coming over here. They're gonna keep coming, and they're gonna see how nasty you live. If you do not keep that apartment clean, keep it clean. Like when I have friends over, if I know a family member's coming over, my house is on deck. It stays clean. I have candles lit every time they come over. Kitchen clean, bathroom spotless. Everything is clean. They have never said anything nasty about my apartment, or I've never heard a rumor about a nasty apartment, because you have to be on your hygiene, and especially when you're in an apartment. So now it's gonna be different. You just you now. Like if you are, even if you live like by yourself and you're not gonna have no friends, no family, like if you're a total loner, you still need to learn how to keep a clean apartment, okay? No one wants to keep coming over unexpectedly. Or if they come expectedly, dirty apartment, you have trash everywhere, you have clothes everywhere, you have spots on things. Just be prone to keep a clean apartment. Like if you have a clean apartment, that's also gonna make you feel good as well. Like for instance, like when I have a clean apartment, I feel good. I have a lit candle. I feel like my mental health is up there. Like I don't feel depressed. I can open a window, sun coming through, and my whole apartment is clean. Like it's gonna make you feel good, okay? It's gonna make you feel good. So yeah, keep a clean apartment. Number 6 is a really good tip as well, but you have to have good credit, or have to get on your credit. If you have bad credit, let me tell you, you will have to pay a deposit and also another co-deposit because your credit is bad. And they like, I don't know how to explain for it, but like when you don't have good credit, they want to make sure you're able to, you know, finance your apartment, so they're going to make you pay extra. So yeah, my credit was pretty good, so I didn't have to do that. It was about a 6 something. It's pretty high now, but it was like an early 6 something. But yeah, have good credit, or like before you move out, invest in getting a credit card as well. I have a Capital One card, and I pay gas, like I spend about $25 on it periodically. Like invest in a credit card, or ask your guardian, or ask even a friend how to keep your credit up. Make sure your bills are paid on time, because it's going to go on your credit as well. That's another good thing. Paying your bills on time. Never have a late bill as well. Pay your credit card back as well. Just be on top of your credit, because if you have good credit, that is going to take you a long way in life, especially getting an apartment as well, because they see you have good credit. You do not have to pay anything extra. I'm telling you, that will help you on the rundown. Do not play about your credit. Like make sure it is on point. Like before even moving out, research on credit. Number 7, pay your bills on time. This is really important, because if you get behind on bills, it will make you stressed. I know some people that had to go back to their parents because they could not keep their bills up, because like they were living outside of their means. Like if you know you're expensive but you have a ton of bills, you're gonna have to either sacrifice going out or paying your bills on time. And a person like me, I'm gonna pay my bills. I can have $100 after my check, but I'm still gonna keep my bills paid, because I love living in my apartment. I love having the necessities of living by myself, the peace, quietness. I don't have to worry about anyone bothering me. I love being alone. Like since I love that, I'm gonna make sure my bills are paid on time. I'm gonna sacrifice sometimes. Like sometimes I want a new shoe, a new wig. Sometimes it can't happen. But a person like me, I know how to budget, so I've been doing pretty good on that as well since I've been living on my own. But learn, pay your bills on time. Also, you can put in your notes when your bills are due. That is a great tip as well. Put all your due dates for your bills. Write the numbers down, so like when you're budgeting your check, you can know what's going to go to that bill and see if you have enough left over. If you do that, you're going to be perfectly fine. Learn how to live within your means and pay your bills first. That is really important. Number 8, it is buy your stuff before move-in day. Please do not, on your move-in day, have nothing to move in with. Now, I understand maybe you don't want to move in with a TV or like a couch, but have a bed, or like at least have something to sleep on. Do not move into your apartment with nothing in there at all. Because I know some people that move in their apartment with nothing at all. Next day, they had to go to the store. Hurry up and buy things. You don't want to stress yourself out when you're moving out. Moving out should be like a fun experience. You should want to have your stuff ready And when it's moving day, all you're doing is putting it inside your house. I really suggest as well going to like Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree to get your stuff. You can do like a big bunker, those little white plastic boxes and containers, and start stacking your stuff in there like months and months and weeks. Like if that goes by, start putting your stuff in that container and watch it build. So by the time you move in, you're gonna have this big chunk of stuff already ready for your crib. Please do that as well. That is a great tip. Start stacking up your supplies. You do not want to move in your apartment with nothing, I promise you. If people tell you that it's okay to move in with nothing in their apartment, then they're crazy, because please do not do that. See, what I did, I already had majority of my stuff. So when I moved in, I had a good bit of stuff in here already. And then as months passed by, as I was living in my apartment, I started buying things. I started buying things that I could afford because I was budgeting. I knew what to spend on my needs and my wants. And when I wanted something, I bought it for my crib. And now it's pretty decorated right now. It's pretty furnished right now because I knew as I went. I didn't move into my apartment. I want to say with the buying stuff before you move in, get your cleaning supplies from Dollar Tree. Get your furniture off Shein. I got my dishes off Shein. Shein has a lot of good stuff for apartment finds. You're gonna find cheap stuff off Shein. It might sound crazy saying this, but Shein, even though I get my clothes off there, your girl gets her stuff from her apartment stuff up there as well. You can go to Target. Make sure that's your last option as well, because I went to Target and I bought some apartment stuff. That stuff was about $300. Do not go to Target as your first time apartment there, unless you can afford it. But I feel like if you know within your means, then don't go to Target. Like, I feel like everyone should start with Walmart, Shein, Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree. All the cheap necessities are there. Tip number 9, this is really good. Have options of where you want to live. Please do not pick the first apartment you see without knowing other apartments to go to. I feel like everyone should at least have 4 to 5 options where they want to live. Because what I did, I knew what month I wanted to move out in. So prior, I looked at a bunch of apartments. I went on tour dates of apartments. I went to go look at the apartments. I always had a few apartments on my mind, but realistically, I knew where I wanted to move always. Like, this apartment I'm in now, this is where I want to be, but it had a long waiting list. So while I was waiting prior to move in, I was looking at those other apartments. So yeah, don't pick the first area. Make sure you like where you're moving into. If you like it, then you pick it, but don't pick that first one, because what if you move in and you're like, dang, I like another apartment now. So now you're stuck with the apartment you don't really want. Last and not least tip, it is tip number 10, and it is pray and manifest your apartment. Praying and manifesting comes really in hand as well. I feel like if you're working towards a goal, you should always include God in what you're doing, because if it was not for God, I wouldn't have this apartment right now. I wouldn't be able to afford my bills. I wouldn't be able to do anything without God. I promise y'all, I prayed and I manifested. Like, honestly, I can even show you my manifestation book. I manifested. I wrote down stuff. Wrote down nothing but manifestations. Manifesting comes in hand. I'm telling y'all, like, when you manifest, your stuff is gonna come true. Include God and pray in what you want, and I promise you, you will have this apartment. Keep that in mind. Please do not work towards your goals without praying and manifesting. Or if you're not really a scripture type of person, just keep praying as well. You don't even gotta do all that scripting. But when it comes to God, keep him in your prayers. Pray to him daily, because I promise you, it be people down bad, but they're praying though, and they get what they want. It might not be a mansion, but it's gonna be something. Please keep God in your prayers, guys. And I will tell you straight up, you will get that apartment. All right, guys, that is it for this YouTube video. Hope you guys had a good one. Taking these tips in from my tips. I don't know if they're gonna help you, but they are pretty good tips, and I highly suggest them for y'all. And yeah, that is the end of this video as well. I will see y'all in the next video. Till next time, bye.